10 p.m. now in Abu Dhabi. We shall start our today's session. And it is session number 243. And today we'll discuss about detachment. There are questions posted into the group. And we did discuss earlier, but we'll discuss again, or maybe we'll look into in a different angles so that everything is understood. And those who join new, they will get a right perspective about this detachment. So now we will, so this is Chaitali, I think. Chaitali, you have some posted these questions, right?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay, so just start with your first question.
There wasn't any proper question. Actually, why, how?
No problem. Mention the points. It is already posted into the group. No? So just start with the point number 1.
1 minute, Guruji.
And start your video also.
Yeah.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, Tanya.
Yes, I'm asking Guruji. 1 minute. Yeah, my first question was, the topic is about detachment. How to detach ourselves from everything, mainly our loved ones. I want to give you one
No, that
small
is not the first one. Is it the first one?
About the why. Sorry, no. The why detachment is needed. The first question is why detachment is needed.
No, would you please explain about detachment?
Explain about detachment. Yes.
Okay. Well, let me explain that, then you will go to the point number 2. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. Fine. So then it is, first let me explain the background of the whole, what is actually the detachment. Just a proper understanding of that. And then we'll go to the subsequent questions to understand that. Fundamentally, I'll go into the root of all these things, from where this is coming. Yeah? We came here, we had nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah? We don't possess anything, we don't own anything, and we just born in a family or, the parents. We had nothing, absolutely didn't carry anything. And then we grow up, then we start gathering things from the external world. And so whatever over the period of time, is gathering from our own, in the life, we call it ours. Yeah. So we didn't brought anything at the time of birth. And you will argue that we will bought our body, yes, but that body, what we born with, it is no longer there. Yeah. So almost every 2 years, the body changes, and even the bone and like rarest part of the body, those are changed 7 years, 100%. Almost 95% in 2 years, and some of them little more, the bone and other things. So 7 years, so that body, you no longer, you don't have that body what you born with. Even the body you belong in, you have a different body technically, medically, and the truth is you don't have that body. So the body you brought, that is gone. So you didn't bring anything. Yeah? So rest of the thing you got. You have a name, that also you didn't bring. You have been given the name, title, or your identity, so-called, the family and thing like that. Yeah. Anyway, so then over the period of time, we gather knowledge, and then we have the position, we have the relationships, and all those things. We call it mine. Yeah, it is me. Then we gather so much of things, then we get addicted to it, and this kind of we get attached to it. Like we develop feelings about them, what we possess. We think it is mine, and we possess it. And now what exactly reverse happen at the time of death. We live our life at the time of death. Everything, whatever we gathered, that will be taken away within a fraction of a second. We cannot do anything about it. Yeah, no matter how powerful, maybe the political big shot and very rich, very famous. Nobody. So there is always one moment come when everything will be taken away. So that particular that is fundamental. Like it is, the man is mortal, so it will happen one day for everybody. And with that, whatever we gathered from you have to in the external world, we leave it here, including our name, our these things, our body, our possessions and property and the relationships, everything. Yeah. Now, the thing is that as we develop some emotional connection with them and we claim that that is to be mine, so any kind of departing is seen as a punishment. But we need it. Otherwise, we cannot progress. We have to move on. We are all multidimensional being, spiritual being. We came here for like a human experience on planet Earth. It is like we have agreed to play a role like a movie or as a theater. The theater is over, but we don't want to leave the stage or try to hold on to the props, things like that. Then my own journey will be hampered. Will not be able to go anywhere. Suppose in the drama we have used a flower vase and we become so attached to it we cannot leave the flower vase there, so we cannot move on further in our life. And that is that even though it sounds foolish when we give this in the drama context, but that is exactly what we are doing here. Whatever we got and whatever we gathered and things like that. So maybe you have put effort and we maybe spend our money, and that part is okay. But money also we didn't bring. No, we get it here. We gathered here, whatever it is. So in that case, what happens is we get stuck with so many things, and that becomes extremely painful when we depart it. Yeah. So either obviously at the time of death, everything will be taken away. That is the truth. That is agreement before we took birth. We have the agreement with the Creator, and that at the end of the show, everything will be taken off. So now, in the meantime, as we develop some kind of attachment with this created some unnecessary trouble for us. Those were never ours. That has been given maybe for temporarily to use it or for ease of living life. But as we claim it ours and we cannot live it, then we get attached to them, and this kind of false notion that it is ours and have a full right on it, that creates the problem, because that is not the truth. So in that case, we try to convince ourselves, our ego comes into the play, and ego plays some kind of drama, or poor me, or I'm deprived and I didn't get my right, I didn't get my haq, all these kinds of drama, and we feel bad and more bad. Suppose then not only what we got, we wanted some more and more, and when we don't get those more, then we feel that we are deprived, we are we are unfair and things like that, and it's all within us. Yeah. So that complicates our lives. Yeah. And we are living this kind of life, under this kind of logic for so long that all those appear to be the truth. Hmm. It is not the truth. It never was. It is just like an illusion that we created for ourselves, claiming this is to be mine and my right and my these things and all those kind of things. It never was. Yeah. So now with this, we suffer too much. Something like we 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 got something, say some wealth or property, and it got stolen, or something happened. I have to give away those things, or maybe some court cases happened. I lost the case, I have to give it up, or many other things. I bought maybe car and it met with an accident, so the car gone, and many other things that different events happens, and then we got sad, and then we come to the conclusion that I have not done anything wrong. Why God is punishing me? So then we live a life of that poor me, and frustrated and things. Yeah, this kind of thing. So we leave that. So whatever we thought, whatever our emotions are, that becomes our life that we know. So we lead a terrible life. So after those kinds of incident happens, why? Because we claim something to be ours, and it was never ours. We have a wrong understanding. We didn't realize the truth. That time, you can say in that sense, we lived in complete darkness of ignorance of the truth. Yeah. So all these things happen, and then we play with it, and then feel frustrated, and there are many of us. We even glamorize our problems. Whenever we meet somebody, all we discuss about our problems and glorify them. So if you lost some money, we'll talk about 5 people. So it looks that I have lost so many. I have some disease. Everybody, as long as you have a physical body, you will have a disease. This is the part of the thing. As long as you have a road will have some kind of ups and downs. That's common. Yeah. But we glorify them so much. My problems, my disease, or even if I have a relationship issues, the glorify other party is so bad. We try to convince as many people as possible, and in the bargain, nobody cares. But our life, we make ourselves terrible. So why this happened? Because we claimed something to be ours, which never was. Okay, it happened because everybody, they have a free will. And everything has its own way. If I have to, something I lost, I could have been more vigilant. I have to protect whatever I have. Otherwise, it can get stolen. It's lost, very, very easily. That's a part of the thing. It teaches you to be more alert. That's all. So, and the relationships, so health and relationships and health, of course, we have our own issues. We got addicted to many things, eating, overeating, or in the name of taste, we got so many things into our body. Body, after a certain level, body cannot adjust those things, absorb those kind of things. It will give it to some kind of disease. Particularly, we need, our body needs a high level of pranic foods, which is a high level of prana is there. So, and if we eat too much of dead thing, and then of course the prana shakti, it is the life force within our body cells, get diminished. You will feed the dead meat or dead thing every time, or maybe stored thing for 1 month back, or something we cooked and put it there on our plate. It's tasty, but it is not good for health. So over the period of time, that health issues will come for sure. And of course, the air we breathe, it is no longer clean air. So we have to leave certain places, and the pollution is there, and all this kind of stuff. Then our lifestyle, and like a sedentary lifestyle and all, we don't exercise enough, don't take care of our health. So we are ready to spend, you know, lakhs of rupees for a doctor and some medical process, but 1/100th of a cost, we don't actually willing to learn something which is pranic and fundamental in nature. As for example, say Kriya Yoga. We are not interested actually. Something goes wrong, we spend lakhs to the doctor, and we have a feeling that we have get cured, or sometimes we get so-called duped by the system and the medical thing, and that is a business, and then we glorify this that stories how I duped by the medical thing, and that operation took 5 lakh rupees, this kind of stuff. Glorify them. Actually what it says, we're not interested in actual health, both physical, mental health. There is solution is there. There are hundreds of spiritual masters are there. They're teaching every time, day and night, and almost negligible cost than your like medical bills and things like that, whatever medicines and things you take. But we are not interested. We don't want to follow that. Even if we learn, we don't get time to practice those things, whatever spiritual practices and meditation and things like that. If somebody is planning for a movie, 3 hours come very easily, or going for a party, cocktail party, we have 5 hours, not an issue. All our rest of the regular life and responsibilities goes aside, we can easily attend. But to give half an hour for spiritual practices for our own health and mind. Meditation is for the mind, and other practices is for your own health. Yeah, we don't have time. Yeah, so it is us. We have a misplaced priority, and then we look at it. So when we get all those bills and things like, someday or other it will break. It cannot take it anymore, and then toxins and all whatever it is, and it will show up, and you just pay, and still you have not only that, you have to physically suffer, and the worry, tension, all those things are in addition to all of this. Anyway, so what I mean to say is that all this, all are our mind construct. We created all those kind of things. The life we live, it is actually our own creation. The world is the way it is. It is neither good or not bad. Nobody is mistreating us or punishing us. Neither rewarding us as well. Yeah, I'm not making it very clear. Nobody is just, the world is not in debt to us that they have to, treat us well. Why? It is the way it is. Yeah, like a river with a huge river current. It is the way a river. If you don't want to, fall into it or get drowned, it will just drowned. Then don't go near it. That's it. Yeah, we'll go and take a bath, and I only just wanted to take a bath, and then if something happened wrong, and I get carried away, and the river is so bad, and things like that. And this is not it. It is started from our own decision. Shonali, you wanted to ask something? I see your hand raised.
I'm so sorry, Guruji. Sorry.
Okay, all right, okay. So, all right. So, basically, all this, why I given so much of time? Because this is our story, history. His story means man's story. Man means gender neutral. So, this is our story. This is our life. So, if we lead this kind of life, it will not be anything different than millions of people. They're concluding their lives and how that life ends. We know very well how that ends. Yeah. Then the next generation come. Then you complain that next generation not taking care of us enough, and our system is not taking care of enough. The government is not taking care of enough, and we got cheated from left, right, and center, and whatever savings gone and all those kind of things. Bank system, somebody cheated and bankrupted, and all those kind of the story. And then one day, thank you very much. If you're lucky, somebody will remember us and for a few days or months maybe, and we'll get a garland on our photo. And if not, then people will even mention, oh, it is better that one human being is less, one burden is less on this planet Earth. Yeah? So that is the approach. Okay, so all this, our life story started with the fact that we gathered so many things in the name of happiness, in the name of satisfaction, in the name of even our duty. I wanted to do my things. Or then later on the version changes. We wanted this for, initially we wanted to take care of others. And in the name of that, we gathered so many things. Then I have a right to be happy. And then in the name of our family, we have to do it. And then after a certain time, then no, it is for our children, we are doing it. Like that, we give ourselves different kind of justifications and accumulate so much. And finally, of course, we cannot enjoy everything. Our health will not permit, age will not permit to enjoy everything. We have to leave everything and, get out of this scene. Yeah. So whatever I said so far, where the detachment is coming. So I'm talking about just opposite things so far. I'm giving the background so that you understand where the detachment is coming. Yeah. All along our life, we live a falsehood, we live an image, we live a illusion. Illusion has a different kinds of meaning, which is not true. That's the thing. And we convince ourselves. We have an extreme power of, I call it self-conning. We convince ourselves, we con ourselves, we cheat ourselves. Yeah? That what is not true, get into the truth. We get attached with so many things we possess, so many people we think ours, so we have a full right. If they don't talk nicely or don't follow our instruction, we feel that they are not what they call like asan farmosh, like they're ungrateful people in my life, the relationships. Anyway, so if you see the end result is, end of the day, it is our own thing get completely own life get completely ruined because I lived this falsehood for so long that we cannot live the truth anymore. And as we don't live the truth anymore, we never get the consciousness, the level. Like if we don't live the truth, Sattam, Shivam will not be opened up. Shivatva, our higher self will not reveal itself, or our Shivatva will not open. And through Shivatva, Sundaram, all the joy of life, that the divine quality, we are made out of pure love. So we are made of pure love. So that love, the fountain of love, never opened for us. We don't enjoy it at all. Sundaram, we never see any Sundaram in our life. Yeah. So, question then comes, how to live the truth? Truth that triggers Sattam, triggers Shivam, Shivam triggers Sundaram. Yeah? Then life completely change. We live in total bliss. Everything in our life, every moment become a blissful experience. External world, nothing happen. They will never change. They will never correct because it is designed that way so that we find the truth. That's why so many falsehood, so many negativity, so many cheating, so many theft, so many things, so many situations. What we need to do, go back to your innocence, what you're born with. Childlike innocence. You should, yes, you enjoy your life. We are not saying you don't enjoy your life, yeah? But enjoy your life, which is the truth. So how to reach to the truth? Because we have given so many layers, we become so many versions, so many things we project ourselves. Yeah. If you see whatever, say, social media, suppose earlier Facebook and now things, whatever you posted, yeah, you can see if you study how many of them are real truth of you posted because you should look good. Yeah? You should not be good. Yeah? And we become so much falsification of ourselves and self-conning. Some of them we believe that we are that, even though it is not true. Yeah? That is called self-conning. We truly believe that the projection is us, me. And because we don't want to see the real me. Real me has everything. Like a moon, it has got a, chand ka bhi kalank hota hai. Yes, there will be positive and negative both. We don't want to go into that. We wanted to give the whitewash and things like that and like present a very good picture of ourselves, which is false. But that gives a mental satisfaction, not the truth. So fundamentally, what we need to do, we have to, get rid of all this falsehood to reach to the truth. Because truth is the only way to liberate ourselves from the jungle or the jail or like the gutter of the falsehood. We'll never see. We never experience the joy, permanent joy in life. Glimpses of happiness, yes, few here and there. People say it is like in the dark night, few glimpses of the firefly, Jugnu, here and there. That's it. You have few moments of this, but mostly it is sadness, injustice, and all this kind of thing. That is our normal experience of life. I need not to tell about all these things. All we know by this time, by this age, you know everything. Yeah. So the going towards that path of truth, is actually the spiritual path. Spirituality only considers the truth, no matter how bad I feel looking at the truth. It doesn't matter. It doesn't depend on your feeling. It is the truth by itself. Yeah? So that truth liberates you. Satyameva Jayate. The truth liberates you. So first, to liberate, to get into that level, the truth. So all the falsehood, you have to leave it behind. Before you leave it behind, you have to identify those are falsehood. Those are not the truth. This process of reaching to the truth, dropping the falsehood, this dropping business is called detachment. Which is not true, we need to shed off. Why we need to shed off? Because otherwise truth will not reveal itself. It is like a mirror. So many layers have been on top of the mirror. It's happened that our image has got completely distorted. Like in the socially, in the other places, to the relatives, to our family, we put on so many masks, no, which is not real me. Out of fear, out of try to be, good and things like that, you put on a lot of masks, which is not truly me. Yeah. And that kind of stuff ultimately manifested during COVID time. You have to actually put physical mask for the whole humanity. Yeah? Look at that. We manifested it because we were been so much in our attitude, in our approach to our life, to the external world. We put so much masks to others, then mask manifested it. So to reach to see the truth, the real face, we need to throw off this mask, as simple as that. So this process is a process called detachment in the spiritual language. Detachment does not equal to sannyas, renunciation. Many people consider that detachment is leaving everything, leave the family, leave the property, leave the money, and become bigger, and it's a begging bowl and the bhikshu, and people give something, and no. This is completely, misplaced idea about the detachment. Detachment is you leave your true self, what you're born with. Whatever externally you gathered, I'm not saying don't. If you gather, don't get addicted to them. Don't make them the form of your identity. You leave that innocence, what you have. Whether you tell everybody that I'm innocent and I'm no, you have to protect yourself also. Then people will come and cheat you. Yeah. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying to leave the family and go anywhere, leave the property, donate everything. I'm not saying all those kind of stuff. Yeah. What I am saying is that first you have to be aware that this is not yours. You are just temporary custodian. Even if you bought, say, a house, you are a temporary custodian of that house. Doesn't matter what you bought. You are not permanent. How can be your property be permanent? Today it is yours, tomorrow it will be somebody else. That is the fact. That is the truth. So, if no matter how you get it, how much money you spend, and all this kind of stuff, you call it yours. If you internally accept the truth that I'm the temporarily living here. Yesterday it was not mine, or it didn't exist. Maybe if it is a new house, then tomorrow it will be for somebody else. I cannot do anything about it. It will happen, no matter what I claim it to be mine. If you do that, then you can truly enjoy living in that house. The bug of ownership is not there. If something little bit happened, some small place, maybe the paint has fallen off, you don't get crazy. How can my house? Forget about your house. Something happened, just repair it and move on. So it's okay. It's not yours. You are just taking care of it temporarily for a few years, maybe. That is how it is. It is your idea that this is mine that has bound you towards that property, towards your position. And that becomes your major obstacle to get liberated from it. It is not the material that is creating. It doesn't have a hand key, it will catch your neck or it'll shackle you. It is you who got attached to it, and that's why you bound it. It was so possessive and all those things. Or you brag about it, talk about it, oh, this, I want the big house and this, that, and all kind of stuff. And, you create more enemies in that sense. So what is that thing has been created? It is your own idea about this, your own attachment to these things, materialistic things. That story about there is in a village that a saint is sitting and his disciple is sitting. One farmer, I told this story many times before. Again, it is better to just briefly point it again. A farmer taking a cow, putting a rope on the cow's neck, and the farmer is taking the cow to because he has to go for plowing, and then he's taking the cow to his land. Now that the saint, the guru, is asking his disciple that the farmer is taking the cow. So here, who is master and who is slave? The disciple says it's simple. The farmer, he is the master, and that the cow is the slave. Very simple. That the farmer owns it, so that's why it is his slave. So okay, fine. So just I'm giving you scissors. Go and just cut the rope which the farmer is taking, but make sure you don't get caught. You will get bitten up otherwise. You just go and somehow and cut the rope and come back, and they see what happened. Then the disciple find it interesting, so just went with the scissors and cut the rope and disappeared. The moment the rope is cut, the cow started running towards the jungle. And this farmer When he realized this, the rope has just fallen off slack, then he realized the car is running away, the cow is running away. So he started running behind it. Because if it goes, lost in the jungle, the farmer cannot get it back. So it is running. Now that Guru is telling to his disciple, you see now, see who is the master and who is slave. The cow can go anywhere. It is not bound with anything. It is completely, detached. It can go anywhere. But now there is no rope. But this farmer cannot go anywhere because he is attached to this cow. He cannot let it go. Whatever be the reason, he bought it. It is useful for him, this animal, or whatever the reason is. The reason is not important. But now, this cow is the master. Where he wants to go, it will go. But the farmer cannot go wherever it wants to go. It has to run behind the cow. There's no other way. This is exactly how we live our life, to run behind things. We try to first tie it. When it goes off, then we started running behind them and thinking that it is mine. Okay, it never was. The cow was never him. Okay, he just tied a rope so forcefully. It stayed there for few years and all those kind of things. But truth is not that. The cutting the rope has revealed the truth. The cow was never a slave. Always it was like that. Forcefully it was been bound into something, but it didn't wish to. Okay, then it has no other choice than stay. The moment it got a single chance, it will run away. So that's simple. Okay. So this here comes to get liberated. We have to cut that rope of the attachment so that we'll know the truth. The cow is tied to a particular pole. So cow belongs to that particular shade or goshala or something. May not be. Cow has no other choice than to stay there. The truth is not that. Truth is cow may wants to go somewhere else. Maybe it wants to eat grass from the other side of the mountain. It was never allowed to. So it will go there. That is its free will. Anyway, so this is how it plays into our lives. And so what is the code? What is the reason for what we need to practice detachment? To know the truth. What do we do by knowing the truth? When we know the truth, then we'll get connected to our own higher self, who knows everything, who has all the power. But connection is through the truth. By falsifying, we cannot reach there. Coming to the truth, that opens the corridor to our higher self, who knows everything. Of course, everything is all the truth. And then connected to the universal consciousness, and that through that passage, when we live into that kind of awareness, that kind of energy, then our life is filled with the joy. We need to search here and there in this external world. It will never. You spend your whole lifetime, millions have walked the path. What you did is temporarily satisfaction of tying the cow and holding and claiming this is mine. Okay, that's all. Nothing else. That's not the truth. It is the illusion of the truth. Like the cow is tied with the rope, that kind of thing. That you think you are the owner of the cow. And it never was. All right. So, particularly if you willingly can work on it, find out which is the area which you are attached to, or which is not the truth, okay, which is just the thing, then your perspective of life changes because you are living the truth. You are living in a house and you're thankful to the house that for this, years or this many things, you are living here and thank you. Not as an owner. It is like as a temporary shelter for you. Same thing as a position. You have certain amount of wealth or money. Tomorrow it will be somebody else's. Thank that the resources that has been created, it came to you for some temporarily, and you have to make the best use of it. If it is a selfish use, then only you will be benefited, so-called benefits, but you will stop the flow, because it is like a river, it's flow. You will, suppose you are putting a dam, you say, why should I allow that water to go here and there? It's mine. Stop. You have that right to put a dam, and then water gets stagnant, and then it started, some, what is called, the plants and things like that, and mosses and whatnot will grow in that, and then it become dirty and smelly and things like that. You hold it like now. But if you allow that to flow, then many other people may also be benefited from it. It doesn't matter, but your supply will never stop, because you become the channel of that thing. You only thing you be thankful that it is passing through me. The wealth is passing through me. The prosperity is passing through me. The knowledge is passing through me. The healing energy is passing through me. It's all, I am not the creator. I am not the owner also. I am just grateful that it is passing through me. That's all. Okay, you become the means for the divine. You become the instrument of the divine. You become the channel of the divine. You become the agent of the divine. And that gives you immense joy. Those kind of joy you cannot buy. You can buy the happiness and pleasure, which is external and almost certain that after some time, the same thing what you are enjoying will create a pain for you. Because there's not joy, the happiness, those happiness or pleasure are temporary. You cannot have unlimited pleasure, but you can have unlimited joy. Just you need that connection. You can have all the time you are in a joyful state. Like this, whatever, the pleasure and all those things, almost certain, either whatever the item of pleasure will give you rebuff, like you will have some kind of energetic exchange there, or you feel guilty about it and you start, making your vibrations down. Guilty is one of the lowest into this vibration, negative vibrations. Because sometime or other you will be doing that. Okay, if you are smart, you will be hiding from that. That again, the mask thing will come. You put on a lot of mask and you lost yourself in the mask. You lost anyway. So you have to come out from that. You have to get that kind of towards the truth. You have to come, and for that you have to. There will be. I'm saying there will be adjustment needed. Sometimes you have to give away whatever you have. Sometimes you have to surrender yourself. It's for healing. Many people, they don't get healed quickly because they don't surrender themselves. They don't believe. Not believe, accept that it is possible. Innerly, they don't accept that it is possible. That's why they don't get healed, because you are blocking the energy. Suppose you have that, getting issue with the money, you are not getting enough, or you deserve whatever you are not getting. If you go into that, into their attitude towards money, you will find wherever there may be somehow there is an attitude to block the money, not come to the flow. That I given the example of the water sources and all. Many opportunities might have come, but you have chosen, whatever be the reason, you have chosen not the flow to happen. Or why should I? If that is your approach, the divine, which is infinite source, they just, you can say, the mirror your attitude. Then divine, which is infinite fountain, then also while entering into your field, your life, they say, why should I? Because You are saying, why should I give it to somebody? And divine also, yeah, fine. That's what your life is. So why should I? It will not come. Maybe it will come temporarily, then it will stop coming. So it is important to open the channel. That opening the channel only comes from the truth. It cannot come from the selfishness or like a business model or the transaction or the smart deal. It will can never come. When all deals drop, then only you will be abundant infinitely. It is not intellectual process that makes you rich. Temporarily, yes, but ultimately, infinitely rich. Is it possible? Of course, it is possible. The source is infinite, but you have to tune into that vibration so that it will be completely full of life. Huh? There will be many who are so-called very rich and very these things, very powerful and all. End of the day, when time comes, they cannot extend their life for a single day and then single minute even. That time they will feel a lot of pain to all the accumulated thing to live, but they have to no other choice. On the other hand, those who have walked the path of the truth, they understand these things. It never belong to me. I'm not the owner. So there is nothing to lose here because I'm not the owner anyway. But this needs to be developed. That attitude needs to be developed to come into the path of truth. When the things will come that we have to live, that they happily live it. It is never mind. How does it matter? You know. So then they proceed with the full liberation and full joy. Live with a joyfulness, even materialistically not much, but their life is full of joy. Their energy, their like whoever comes to the energy field, they get that sense of pure love and joy. So, and even you talk to someone, you don't know why, but you say it gives immense peace. There is no tension that, maybe I will be duped, I'll be cheated in some way. If you're talking to somebody does not play that background thing in your mind, that means that person to whom you are talking to, they are operating from the truth. They're operating from pure love. That's why you don't have the sense of losing or cheated or things like that. Normally, that is the first thing we have. Somebody, talk to us nicely, and we think, what is that fellow is up to? Isko fayda kya hai, means what is the scheme I'm getting into? But beyond that, when you come across somebody who has this kind of energy, we all have the instrument to feel the energy, to feel the truth. We cannot miss it. Only thing is, after that, there will be post interaction play in our mind that we have to be careful. Those things can be interpreted like, maybe dangerous thing or very manipulative or scared because I have not understood it. Why? I don't understand. Isme uska kya fayda hai? Because we are so much into this fayda. Then if we cannot equate the equation, is then iska fayda kya hai? Why a person will do such thing? It's unimaginable. Unconditional love, unconditional giving, unconditional healing, unconditional knowledge is impossible for imagine somebody. Okay. Because they don't know, because they cannot equate how it is possible. Okay. But those who live that life, they are all gifted. I'm not saying they are giving anything. Whatever divine wants to do, divine chosen those people because they are operating from the truth. Divine cannot operate in the falsification. Yeah. So they are already connected with the divine, with the universe, with the creator, and the source is infinite. They don't have any shortage or dearth or something like that. All is fine, all is good, and all is that the Sachidananda state, that the pure joy, the Ananda Shakti. that is, they operate from there because they're not giving anything per se. They are just be themselves. Rest of the bill, they're getting it like a sun. You know? Sun is not giving sunlight. Sun is the way it is. It's operating from its true nature. But people are getting, whoever wants to light, they are getting light. Whoever is getting heat, they are getting heat. Whoever is getting energy, they are getting energy. And who are getting food, and they are getting food. Everything. Whoever getting healing, they get healed in the sunlight. All is out there. So this is the power of that connection of the truth. To reach there, we have to drop the falsification, and that dropping the falsification is called detachment. And maybe when I will answer the question, I'll give the practical tips how to do that, but this background is good enough. So anything false in your life need to get dropped. Otherwise, you cannot get liberated. So that process is called detachment. To come to the drop all the attachment, so get detached from which is not true, so that the truth reveals itself. You need to import the truth. You are the truth. Only are the misconceptions, all these kind of things, where mind constructs. That need to drop. Your idea of ownership, your idea of, it is mine, your idea of relationship, your idea of money, your idea of your own, the health and happiness, that need to drop. That is detachment. Then truth will reveal itself. You will lead the life full of the truth. You need not to achieve anything. It will automatically happen. Only you have to clean your land, like, put like a weeds or something. You have to, weeds, you have to throw off from the garden so that gardens got clean and beautiful. That's what you need to do. And that is detachment. So removing all these unnecessary things who popped up on its own. So that you have to get rid of, then you can get the originality back. All right. With this, all this detail, the background explanation, we'll go with the next question, number 2. Chaitali, number 2.
Yeah, Guruji, second question is why it is needed. I think you have already explained it.
Yes. So that now I will go quickly to answering those things. So why it is needed? Because we have to go to our true self. That is the path. It is to go towards the true self or higher self, the connection to that. We need detachment because that is what we have to go toward the truth. Towards the truth, we can evolve ourselves the Shivatva. We will achieve, and after Shivatva, then the Sachidananda state, the beauty of the universe, the Sundaram, all the joys, what a human being can achieve, that will touch upon that field and that will fill our life with that. Yeah, that's why it's needed. Next, number 3. You are muted, Chaitali. You are muted.
Yeah, sorry, Guruji. Third question is how to detach ourselves from everything, mainly our loved ones. Once you told to do our duties wholeheartedly, but with detachment.
See, our duty is our duty that we have to do. But problem comes when we need anything in return. And that is why it is saying Mahafala Shukarachana. Why? Fruit or the results will come, but it is not the result that matters. It is the expectation of the results that creates the problem for us. That's what I was explaining in the beginning. We get frustrated, we feel cheated, we feel lost, and we feel deprived. We feel somebody has said bad words about me. We feel that we get insulted and this, that, and why, what not. So all of this has happened because we have the expectation. We didn't expect somebody to talk to me like that or behave like that or treat that. So we bring all the kind of justification and all those things. But the relationship lesson we come here to learn, it is the truth is, which is I shared earlier, but I will again tell you. Relationship lesson, we come here to learn how to give. It is not give and take. Common understanding is give and take. Relationship means it should be two-way channel. It is not. For me, for my lesson, whatever you come here to learn, how I can give. One way, for me. That we come here to learn without expecting anything in return. Just how I do it, that is my duty. So it is my duty, how best I can give it to the society. Might start with the family, then bigger relatives and friends, and then society. And finally, if we are lucky enough, we get opportunity for the bigger, like humanity and all those things. This kind of thing, that's why it is called the charity begins at home. So if everything is transaction, you will never get liberated from the trap of the relationship, what you are come here to learn. You just give to different people. It's not transaction, it's not a deal, it's not how you manage it, it's how best you can give. Based on that, your credential goes up in the truth manner. You may get something, may not get something. If you get something, appreciate it, enjoy it. If you don't, doesn't matter. You're not expecting it anyway. You have done your part, and that's it. So now the question is to so-called our near and dear ones. So we live, in one family. How we can do that? And it's automatically the expectation of return will come and all those kind of things. And that is one way. Another way is some people, they are living some abusive relationships. Means the other in the family, somebody is not behaving properly. I have shared story of my own brother also. He didn't come keep relationship with us, me and my mother, and not even come for the funeral of my mother. Look at that, yeah. But still, officially, he is my brother, my relative. Yeah. So only thing what I need to learn, these things that tell me how to get disconnected from it, not to expect anything. Even though my brother, I don't even have to expect that he will come to attend the funeral of my mother. You see, this is my lesson. Whatever happens to him, it doesn't matter. But my lesson is, I should not get mad. I should not get this justification that I have a right to, fight with my brother because he didn't do his duty properly. You look at it. I met him this time when I went to Kolkata, after coming back from Kamakka. He abused me and thrown me out of his house and all these things. And there was a reason for that to the visit, and Babaji told, I have sent you there. See, what is happening is, I need to get dismayed because he didn't keep in touch with me. I'm just giving example so that making the point understood. Last 12 years, he didn't keep any contact with me or my mother, and my father expired 24 years back, so that question doesn't arise. But last didn't even before that also. It's about 16 years to be precise. Last 12 years, not even with my mother. Yeah, so for me, maybe very long time. Now, because maybe I was having some kind of some memory, like a childhood memory, after all, my brother and all. Maybe there is something in me which need to go. That's why when this, I didn't fight with my brother, but this I need to, if I don't meet him, I could not have realized that what could have been happened. Maybe I was thinking someday it will happen and maybe it will come back and all those things. This time it is a closing chapter for me. Now I have been shown that sometimes this truth, it remains something completely different what you think. Yeah, we think emotionally. It's nothing to do with that. Emotional both way. I can be angry and fight with him, or I can feel that, okay, after all, he is my brother and I need to, set up some relation, continue my relationship in future, hope in future, both gone with this kind of incident, that one meeting. That's why Babaji told me, later on Babaji told me, I send you there to closure, means complete thing. Nothing else is needed there. But he will suffer, that is a different thing. Even I visited some of the old places when I lived. I was thinking that very big thing will happen, maybe something good thing. Most of the places what I visited, I very early childhood I was staying there and things like that. I see either there's a ruined or nobody stays there, and that become a khandar, something. It become part of the jungle. So those memories were there. It was taken out from me. I was shown that it is a temporary thing. So don't hold it to those kind of childhood memories and things like that, and the relationships and the places you lived. So now after seeing that, that has gone. That the wish that I was thinking that I may go there and see it is prospering because I lived there. Okay. It is growing, and maybe it has gone to like one, as for example, say in New Bombay, Navi Mumbai, Panvel, there is a ONGC colony which started. I was the first batch of people who started that colony in 1989. Then we set up the community hall. We used to do the drama, and many people. There are 1,400 apartments. By the time I left, 96, there are more than 2,000 flats. Very loving. Very humming with activities, shopping center, etc. So last year I went to Pune. Now on the way I have just gone to see that place, and I was thinking by the time it may be very big township, the shopping center may be good, and the what is called community center may be converted into a cultural center and whatnot. Yeah? When I entered that, I said it is already the left out place. Nobody lives there anymore. Only few security is there. Nobody lives there. The buildings are fallen off. The trees are popping up. The places, the flat where I used to live, those have been removed, and one garage has been built there. That what is called the community center, what we started for, that in 1991, that time started Durga Puja and all those kind of things there. So those places that the trees are coming out from these walls, and also then later on I come to know the ONGC, they might thinking of to sell it off that land, they relocated somewhere and all those things. So those maybe new complex will come by private builder or something like that. So question is why I have been shown all those things. So whatever those memories was there, I was attached. I started this area, this places, and we have done some cultural activities there and all this kind of thing. Now it may be a very great place. It is just the opposite. In the time has taken it up. To my surprise, I'm just surprised to see it is such a short period of time, and it's not very short either. 96, 30 years back, 90. Means I left 96. Maybe we started it, but within 30 years, everything gone. No, nothing is there. So that is painful. Means whatever I earlier had the attachment, that need to go this way. That's what I was shown this. Only in my family, only brother, what I have gone, the places where I lived and started my career, that is gone, and things like that. Yeah. So if I accept that from this independent point of view, honestly, after that, I don't even bother about going through all those things. So I let go. So if I consciously let go from my system about the old memories and this and that, and the expectation that the place may be very good, or somehow magical way my brother may be changing overnight, and all those kind of things are not based on the truth. It has to go from my life, and that's what happened. And now I am given chance. I'm grateful to Babaji. I got liberated from it. Those things no longer bother me. That's gone. It's a closed chapter. Anyway, I have to leave some point of time. It's good that I have seen the. I could not have the memory of the old good ones, but actual the truth is not the thing. So I have been shown the truth in many places, so that we can completely. I can put so-called the final chapter of those memories of in my life, and so that I can get liberated from it completely. Now I'm coming back to that your fundamental question about near and dear ones. I did say that you get do your duty and get detached from it, but that detachment in the lower level, like at the soul level, everybody is pure. Everybody knows everything. So you need to learn to go into your soul level and connect from that level. It is called detached attachment. Means detached from the lower level, attached from the higher level or soul level. In soul level, there is no ego. It's all pure. So if you have to keep connection, then connect it at the soul level, you know. And there, everything is a pure form. Then you can enjoy the company, like enjoy the communication, that relationship, but without spoiling the one which is in the lower, in the which is full of misunderstanding, ego, and all those things. Those things are not there. So you can keep the relationship in the pure form, and you can enjoy the relationship without expecting anything. Obviously, in the soul level, there is no physical or materialistic expectation. So that goes. So you can completely, enjoy your relationship in that way. Even the people who left their bodies, like my mother also expired, in the month of January, etc. I can still have the soul level communication. I communicate. I don't miss her. I regularly am in touch with her. So I need not to spoil my these things, expecting and sense of loss, and it's not there because I'm not attached with the lower level in the relationship. I'm connected with there and regularly, so I have no issues at all. It is just a change in phase. That's it. Okay, so it makes the life more fulfilling and more rooted to the truth, and where you get the full satisfaction of that kind of relationships. So that is the thing we have to learn, and you have to live it. It's not only knowing. Unless until you live that kind of life, it will not make no point. So that's why if we can do that, we get completely liberated from it. So that is how the close relationship we need to get into. First is about no expectation, do your duty. Why? Another important thing. Why it is said that you have to do your duty? If somebody is not doing their duty, why you are doing your duty? Is it not, the appropriate thing? No. You have to do your duty so that you yourself don't feel guilty at a later date. So that later on I say, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. Say for my mother, my mother's treatment. If I say, oh, I could have consulted that doctor and I have got this treatment for my mother, or I could have, visited her more, etc. No, then that guilty feeling, again, it will reduce your vibration. You have to come to a stage that, I am now happy that I have done all possible duties and whatever possible way, I have done it. All done. It's not wish that I could not meet. Many people, after somebody near and dear one that dies, they feel guilty. I could have done this. If you could have done this, then do it and finish it off. If you carry that, don't do any because of any reason, then it will create a guilty within you. That guilt formation within you will roll your vibration. To avoid that, you do your duty. Whenever you have a chance, you do it. You do. I'm not saying you have to be ideal, but you do whatever possible so that later on you're not feeling any guilty of any kind. You feel that whatever possible, I have done it. Finish. Matter closed. Okay. All right. Next.
Yes, Guruji, can I ask one question
Yes.
right now?
Correct.
It's not written over here. I
Mm.
understand that detachment part,
Mm.
but the thing is that I wanted to say that if someone from my family or my dear one is sick,
Mm. Yeah.
uh, that time, how I can detach, after doing my duty also, how I can detach myself. Or I want to say, like my mother died 2019. Still I
Mm-hmm.
miss her. uh, you are Guruji. That's why you don't miss your mother. You can communicate with her, but I
Yeah.
can't communicate with her.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I dream about her, but I can't communicate with her. So
Mm-hmm.
how I can detach myself? Okay, chalo, my mother is not there. Okay, I don't miss her. I miss her every day. I miss her. I can't
Mm-hmm.
communicate. I know you told us that in our deep sleep, we all every day we communicate with our
Yeah.
near and dear ones. So my question was that if someone is sick, or how I feel detached after doing my duties.
No, no, detach means you don't suffer. You do your best. Best. Suppose you don't communicate. At least you pray and say, tell your mother, I wanted to say you this. Yeah, I'm sure you will get signal. You will get the answer somewhere, or gesture or signal. If you're not in a communication, two-way communication, you can feel that your whatever in the meditation. Try to make your mind thought free, and that time. That is the way we communicate. We make our mind thought free and then put our intention. I like to talk. Then what comes, that is the communication. That needs a little bit of practice. But if you believe with the communication only for the gurus and masters, not for me, it will never happen. Okay. That idea that it will not happen to me, only the spiritual masters can communicate, not me, then it will not happen. If you then, but in other way around, why not me? If you attempt, it will happen. For sure. You have to drop the idea that it is not possible from you. You are not capable enough, competent enough, eligible enough to communicate. You have to drop that misunderstanding. Okay, then it will happen. Okay. But anyway, at least you pray and whatever you need to say, you say no, from your side. Hmm. And just say, you say, the Ma, you are listening, you give me the answer. I need your answer. It will come. Some hint or something, different kind of, sometimes you feel the energy change, sometimes you feel some fragrance, sometimes you feel some touch. Okay, cold effect or little breeze. There is no fan is running, or you're not sitting in the middle of the garden, but still you feel the breeze, and this kind of way. There are many ways they communicate. Okay, that definitely possible. Okay, but you have to break your own barrier. Like it is not possible for you. We have to break that. Okay, so it will definitely happen. So there is no way it cannot happen. Okay.
Okay, Guruji. The next question is, what is the importance of detachment?
Okay, I think in the beginning I explained. Yeah, it is a path towards the truth, which is non-true, need to shed off, because otherwise it is like we are anchored. A sheep is anchored in the many places. It has to sail off. So you have to remove the anchor. No? Otherwise, how it can move? So those kind of attachment, like anchors, you have to open. Then only sheep will be again, ready to sail, ready to go in the sea. So for that, you have to. That is the kind of the tool is the detachment, and that you have to remove that anchoring things. Whatever is attached to you, you have to take it up the anchors, and then only the ship will be free to sail. So that is the purpose.
Last
Next.
question is, what we will gain from detachment?
Yeah, I think that also I touched upon what you get in the liberation. You liberate from the living a falsehood or false life. You live in the truth. Truth itself is a beautiful. You need not to import. That if I get liberated, I will miss that world. No, you will not miss. Yeah? It is not that kind of wrong understanding like a sannyasi, they have to leave everything. We are not sannyasis, we are households of spirituality. We have to only detach. We 100% will enjoy. We enjoy good food, enjoy good company, enjoy relationship, enjoy wealth, earn money and enjoy it. We travel, we laugh and we enjoy the good company. Everything is yes, 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 and yes. Okay. But whatever caused that guilty feeling, if I have to earn, it should be Sulakshmi, like earn in a proper way, not Kulakshmi, like bribes and things like that. Those we learn. So that why we need to learn all those things? So that later date, we don't get suffer due to those negativities. If I have earned in a wrong way, that I have to be fearful I may got caught anytime, or maybe that, have done something wrong. Maybe somebody will catch, they will report, and then they will start inquiry and I will be feeling guilty. So maybe they will never do that, or that will never happen. But the thought, every time I'm thinking in that mind, that makes my life terrible. Let me give you one small story. And in my college days, I used to go into what is called. I used to live in the Chuchura, Hooghly district. Yeah, and my college is in Shibpur, B College, Howrah. So we have to go every Saturday. We come home by the local train from Howrah to Chuchura, and then Monday early morning we have to take local train, catch to go back to this thing. And that time, the young age, we are. So one day we decided we'll not buy ticket, train ticket, to save that money. So first time I board the train without the ticket, not towards Howrah. Howrah definitely will get caught. Other way, like from Howrah to Chuchura, when we go somewhere. You cannot imagine that every station I was thinking maybe the TT will come and catch me. It never did. It not happen. But so painful that journey was, I said, forget about it. I will buy ticket next time. To avoid that mental agony and punishment. Yeah. Same thing here. Most of the things we do in our life or something, we say, oh, I did something, nobody will notice. Yes, nobody noticed. But we know now ourselves that we cheated, or whatever we have done, that will pinch us. And if nothing happens, then that is called after death. There is a judgment day. Some Chitragupt comes and open whatever you have done. The Chitragupt is nobody else than our own soul. Soul knows. You cannot hide from your soul anyway. Any energy you imbalanced, all need to be balanced. So that's how the Chitragupt comes. Chitragupt. Chitra means picture, Gupt means hidden. It is inside you. That's why hidden. So it will come and tell all those things. So what I am saying is, to lead a peaceful, blissful life, by choice, you should not create any karma. It's called Kriya karma. If you have done some karma, the punishment of that karma will drag you down. So that's how we come to live the truth. Also, we operate such a way that we don't create anything which is become a problem for us later on. That is why I teach that every time, whatever choices you want to make, you choose your peace of mind first. Like in my story of not buying the ticket, what it ruined was my peace of mind. See, that time I maybe saved just one ticket money, but I lost my peace of mind for the entire period of that journey. So 1 hour or so. 1.5 hour train journey. So it is not worth it to lose that peace of mind. It's not that I cannot cheat anyone, but after that, what I have to feel, that is a problem, because that every time I have to be, careful and things, or I say that I may be found out, I may be punished, I may be these things. That is the punishment actually. So for that, when we live a holistic life, because if live the truth, that's why you need not to, because all the time you tell the truth, that's why you need not to create anything falsification, because if you say one false thing and you have to keep remembering it, because next time you have to cover that fault as well. No? But if you are telling the truth, there is no pardon. You are liberated. You all the time you tell the truth. It doesn't matter. Some people will like you, some don't like you. It doesn't matter. Anyway, 50-50 all the time. Somebody will like, somebody will dislike you. How does it matter? But you live your life. You purified your life. You simplified your life. And then when you live the life, that is a karma-free life. Liberated from all the karma. And that is the time you get into the touch of the divinity, and that the joy comes in and fill your life. All right. So that one.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you
Okay.
for explaining.
Okay. God bless you. All right. So now let me save the attendance, then we'll open the floor for question answer. Just give me 2 minutes. Let me save the screenshots. All right. So any question? Tanya, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Guruji. That was a wonderful talk. I'm attending after a very long time, so I'm glad that I could hear something so nice about such a good topic. My question is just sort of branching out from the question that Chaitali ma'am asked, which is, let's say you practice detachment as a part of a family. The offshoot question that I'm trying to ask here is, how do you then deal with the rest of the family that is not yet understanding what detachment means, and now you are on this path, you live in the same house, there is that conflict of interest. How does that work?
Okay. No, that's good question. So let me put it in the right perspective. Yeah. The thing is, you need not to announce that you are living a holistic life. You are detaching life. There is no announcement. It is your inner business. It is basically you have to. Actually, the starting point is you have to live with the witness consciousness. Detachment does not automatically come. The technique we use is observing ourselves. What is happening in my mind? That is a witness consciousness. When you are practicing witness consciousness, then everything is coming into your, focus field, to develop awareness finally. But when it comes into your spectrum, that you are observing, that is called witness consciousness. Because the key to transform your attitude comes, starting point of that is witness. Unless until you witness, you cannot change anything. Suppose you are driving a car and there is some cow on the car. I'm sorry, in front of the car. Then you have to change the course so that you don't hit the cow. So what is the first thing to get out of an accident? It is just to see the cow is there on the road, on your path, right? Same here. Anything you wanted to get detached of or to know the truth of, first you have to observe. Observe without involving yourself. That is called witnessing. Okay, so in the case of this cow and the car case, here you have to observe what is happening inside your mind. If you can know that, or you having some particular issue with one relationship, you need to know it first. Then you can deal with it. Otherwise, if you are not aware of that area, invariably it will trigger an emotion. You become emotional. When emotional, if people get emotional, all rest of the things go haywire and they talk emotionally and they spoil the whole thing. That's why you normally do. Normally, so-called our ego does. That is the way we behave. Hmm. But if you're witnessing what is happening inside my mind, I will respond. I will not react. Still, I may be saying something, but with a full awareness, without losing any control of mine, without losing my self-respect and the dignity, that action, what I'm going to take, or I may decide not to react at all. But it is as per my choice. That will happen. That is called respond. So in that way, when we are in a witness mode, this kind of detachment become. But initially, you have to try, of course. People still slip off and go into emotional triggers and but then later on, you see whether it is almost it is no need for your emotions to bring in and to do all those kind of stuff. You will be completely composed and you know what to do, and that has got a bigger repercussions or effect than start fighting with somebody. Okay. So, because looking at you, that you are in a full control, you are in a calm and quiet, but firm. Yeah? So that will be the deterrent of many kind of things what maybe otherwise could have been spoiled, could have been raising the voices and shouting each other, calling names, whatnot. But that can be stopped by doing this, because that time what will happen that you will realize this is not the truth. It doesn't matter. Somebody call you pig. Okay, fine. That the person tells me pig is okay. Let him say he has a mouth, there is no tax in it, but it's okay. But it does not make you a pig. Yeah. So that when you know it, you hold the power. You don't react. So that automatically diffuses the situation. So like that. So in this case, that the awareness is the key, and awareness starts from witnessing. Later on, it become a habit pattern. Anything is processing in your mind, it is under a CCTV. You may not do anything, but it is scanner. Means if anything goes wrong, it will catch, and that time you, if necessary, you intervene and take appropriate response. Okay, that answers your question.
Thank you so much, Guruji.
All right. Okay. God bless you. Okay. Any other question?
Pranam Guruji.
Okay. Taposh, I'll come back to you. Hariom, yes, go ahead. Taposh, I'll come back.
Yeah. When we say we do the karma, like said in Gita, that do the karma with detachment.
Mm-hmm.
So when we are working in the official capacity and in personal capacity, how do you do your karma in a detachment?
So when you are doing the official duty, then you see what role you are playing, whether whatever you are doing that calls for it. There is no personal element in that. So that is absolutely, if that particular role, suppose you are a judge, your job is to check the case history and punish somebody like 5 years jail or even a hanging till death. If it is your job, you do it. Only thing is, don't you bring the personal assessment into it. Don't want to make it more stronger punishment, or that fellow deserves this kind of thing, and you have a right, so you increase. Instead of say law says 3 years, you give 3 to 5 years. You say no, it should be 7 years, and this is my order. That you don't do. You'll bind karma. But to punish whatever your role is, as per the role, if you have just appropriately, if you have taken action, no matter action, maybe something like negative actions even, but if it is a part of your duty, you do it. And then again, you don't think about it. You have to contemplate, take a decision, and forget about it. The chapter is closed.
And when we come home, then when we work for our family, just because we are attached to them, or mostly it is when we are working in families because of attachment, because you feel that so and so is my brother or my sister or my child, so we work for them.
Hmm. Yes, yes.
How
No,
do
no.
how do we bring detachment there while working for family members? For
Mhm.
office, it's still okay that you are doing your
Yeah, yeah.
duty as a, because office has got a charter that a particular post is supposed to do this,
Mhm.
this, this, this.
Yes.
While in family, when you're living in family, when you are in that relationship, we are working only because of that. But how do you work there without detachment?
Hmm.
With detachment.
Yeah, yeah. See, first there are few things we need to follow before going to the final one, which is we are here to give, not to take. If you keep on
Right.
weaving, who will object? Okay, everybody will be happy. But let us not go into that level because that is a bit higher level. That's a pure level. In that, in the family, don't give any unsolicited advice or lecture to anyone. Yeah, it is not your duty. If somebody is asking, no matter your family, it is your role, like a husband or father or things. Nobody likes unsolicited advice or lecture. Yeah? Try to refrain from that. If it is asked, only you give that your view. But if it is not asked, keep it with you. Okay, no need. Only thing you have to make sure there is no such decision. If somebody family member taken some decision, honor that. Even though you don't like that decision, but you honor. Hmm. Yes, only in case if it is something like a keeping some dangerous step, it is a harmful step for that family member or the whole family, then you explain that this particular thing can cross these things. However, if it is whole family is not involved, only the person is involved, then say, however, whatever decision you take, it is yours. But you just mention without imposing or forcing anything that this is the kind of thing may happen. I'm just cautioning you once and it is finally it is your choice. Whatever you do, you will do that. Yeah, it will happen. So if you agreeing with, everybody has a free will. So they wanted to, lead their life in their own way. So we should be seen in the family as a felicitator, not a obstruction. The moment no matter in the name of duty, right thing to do, and it is good for them, whatever your view is, it does not matter. If it is not asked specifically, don't give. Hmm? That will solve at least 70% of the relationship issues, because we unnecessarily give something or we impose something or give lecture and all those things. It is not taken in the right these things. So in the face of it, what happens is then those kind of family members, they start avoiding you. That simple, because it is not, they don't see it is benefiting them in any way. So that is the time that kind of break things starts. So that is the thing. Or in the extreme case, if some family member has got such a way, you don't have all the tools to control. You don't know what to do. Then you can always pray. Pray to the divine, ki I have no power to control these things happening, or maybe protecting my family members, or something, happened, or maybe some fall sick or accident happened. You take necessary action, maybe consult the medical things and all, whatever possible. And on top of it, you just pray so that the things they can get whatever necessary, they can, they cured fast and they come out from that faster. Okay, so basically
Right.
you just take the role of more of an observer, and if requested, only you give that. Yeah.
Right.
And lecture, nobody likes. Even here, if you see, I never tell people you do this, don't do this. Never, without asking. Yeah.
Correct.
If they ask categorically, please tell me what I should do and what I should, only then maybe I give. But otherwise, even I take that say leverage of saying that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. You might have seen when it thing comes, I share my story. In the similar case, what happened to me. And
Correct.
feel that way, and that's how I did, and that's how they. So that particular family member, they get the clue. Okay,
Right.
they get the clue what needs to be done. I need not to give the lecture. No.
Mhm.
Okay, so this makes a lot of things much easier and smooth, and the bonding and the connection goes up in the family.
Uh, right, Guruji. Last thing,
Mhm.
are this detachment or surrender, are they related? And if they are, how they are?
Yes, no, that is a good question. It starts with detachment. Okay,
Okay.
so and it ended up with a surrender. You know,
Oh,
detachment you are observing. You are not. You are not involved into that. Hmm.
mm,
Surrender is not only you detached, you realize that whatever your brain capacity, your control, everything is so limited, so insignificant. You know, it is better that the divine controls everything, which anyway does. That is the truth. Okay. Only issue is about the free will. So by the free will, you are surrendering the free will to the divine. And that arrangement is, and live in the attitude of gratitude. That is the state. If you reach there, then divine actually operates your life.
mhm.
And obviously, there is no karma, there is no negativity, and there is no sense of guilt and punishment and things like that. No question. You're just operating as per the divine plan.
Right. When we say but to our deity or guru that I'm surrendering to your lotus feet, does that mean only that I'm surrendering my free will to you?
No, you are basically surrendering to the creator, to the divine. The mode you can choose.
Okay.
Suppose I surrender my life to Babaji, I choose Babaji as a representative of the divine.
Okay.
That is
Right.
of my choice. Yeah. It does not mean that something I need help, maybe from Thakur Ramakrishna Paramahansa Dev or Jesus Christ or Gautam Buddha. They will not come and help me because I am surrendered to Babaji. It's not. It doesn't happen like that.
Okay.
Whole Guru Mandala, everybody, the collective will be there. But it is
Right.
your own choice.
Mhm.
Your own choice that which path you take to go. It is up to you which path you take, which resonates you more. That is the way you reach there. Hmm.
Right. Guruji.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Guruji. बहुत बहुत
Okay. God bless
wonderful.
you. Yes, Taposh, go ahead.
Uh, yes, this is thank you, Guruji, for a very nice session today. One question is this is regarding to soul, body, and mind, which is the center of the thoughts.
Mhm.
So when my center, when in the normal case, when mind is actually controlling my body, correct? Thoughts are controlling my body, so body is getting commanded by my mind. When I enter meditation,
Hmm.
that's the time when I go from the thoughtful stage to the thoughtless stage.
Yeah.
This energy, who is guiding me? I am sure body is not doing that. Thoughts which is localized related to the earth, I
Hmm.
don't think so. Thoughts or mind is doing that. And soul is still to be connected because I am in the transition stage at the meditation. So
Mhm.
who is giving me the energy to sit for meditation and gradually move from the thoughtful stage to thoughtless stage? Who is that?
Mhm. Okay. See, there are two, three different ways to look at it. First, let me tell you, uh, each of your body part, they have their own intelligence. You know, it is your claim that it belongs to me. It is my body part. It is not. They have a bundle of like intelligent aspects. As for example, your heart. Heart is intelligent and self-sufficient by itself. It doesn't need your instruction or your way of doing things. Yeah. Similar way. So if the thought only, when it stops, it saves your energy. That's all. You, from where the energy, it's a pranic energy. You come through the breathing to your body. But most of the things, what happens is get lost. 90% of the energy get lost into the thought mind to run those kind of thoughts. If you stop the thought, that energy is being saved into the physical body, so that also it raises your vibration. So that is the impact of having utilization of energy into that body, so that you don't get easily tired. You need to, like your meditation helps you to heal your body. Why? Because that energy and the vibration goes up. How it goes up? Are you taking more energy? No. You just stop misusing it. There may be some tank is there. There was some dripping from one end. You are filling from another end. Breathing is happening. So you are getting the energy all the time. So that loss of that, like a leak tank, you seal that. So the level will go up. So that's why it takes care of that. Body takes care of by own intelligence. You need not to run it. So even though your thought is not working, your thought was not running your body anyway. These are all autonomous systems of the body. Your thoughts are only having to basically it is instrument of your ego. That ego was silenced when you are meditating.
Okay.
That is what is happening to that. And by that way, who is doing all those things? Whether the soul has connected or not, soul is anyway running your whole thing, whole system, and all the time it is with you. But it is not interfering into your business because it has got a free will contract.
Okay.
You can say it is like a small 1-year child. It is the father is carrying the child into outside a park. Child is moving hand and say, I can move my hand, or maybe all these things, or maybe, maybe on the ground it is running and all those things, but in the full protection and the cover of the father. Father is not interfering. Child is moving wherever it wants to, but it doesn't mean that there is no connection and there is nobody is watching. So it is all the time. It is under this, yes. During meditation, if we call for the guidance and only that communication starts and things happen. Otherwise, it becomes in the witness mode all the time. Our soul, fully connected. The energy we are operating in the life, it is the soul's energy. It's not our one. The moment the soul disconnect that, our body become dead body. Instantly, finish. Everything we have, but dead. So that the connection is the soul connection. That is the life force energy.
Okay. So when we decide to sit for a meditation, that means it is guided by the soul and worked through the thoughts of our body.
No, it is your free will which decides.
Okay.
Not the soul.
Not the soul.
It is a way to meet the soul.
Yeah, it's a way to meet the soul. That's what I was trying to do. Okay.
Yeah. So soul is always there.
Yeah.
So, but it is you as a free will choice you have to make.
So,
to connect your free will, that is coming through your brain or whatever you call it, but you have to choose that first.
So ultimately it's coming from, okay.
Yeah, whatever effect, then when you invite the soul to run your life, then soul takes over. Okay, but very rare cases, soul bypass your mind and can take action.
This is what I wanted to. Yes.
Yeah. That is called like a what is called. There is a terminology, not knee-jerk action or something. Suppose you see some small child has fallen into swimming pool. Swimming. Suddenly you jump and save the child. This one, your mind is bypassed. Soul has directly taken action. You're not thinking about whether to jump or not. There are few cases, then soul, in case of emergency, soul bypass your mind, analysis mind, and that's why you cannot recall the why I jumped to start with. I don't know this person. Okay, there are few cases such happen when, in the emergency cases, soul bypasses our mind and take its own knee-jerk action or impromptu action. Instant happens. Yeah.
So when you say free will, should I tell it is our mind? It is free will is a separate entity.
No, it is actually your mind, body, intellect.
Mind, body, intellect. Okay.
This package is called ego. Ego has been given free will contract to run in the external world. Ego is not a bad word. You need ego to run in the external world. Problem comes in the inner world, you have to drop the ego. Because ego become like a noise creator. Come in the noise, So for inner journey, ego is a noise. That need to be silenced. For external world, you need ego. To learn something, to plan some visit, or to do your job, earn money, saving money, etc. You need ego. So to run your external life, you need ego. But to know the truth, ego is a big, like a trickster. Okay. You should not depend the spiritual experience to know the truth with help of ego. That spoils the show. That's why we need to silence them.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Okay. My next Rishi.
Thank you, Guruji. My question is related to Tanya ji, who asked this question, and it's a follow-up. So you spoke about witness consciousness and observing in what is going on in our mind, and to control our reactions and convert it to responses. And this is something that I have observed within myself, and it's been for quite some time, and I feel like I'm stuck there. That there are many times when I'm able to watch what is going on in my mind, and I'm able to control and not react. So I just keep quiet in that situation, because I know that if I open my mouth, then it will become
Escalate.
But then many of the times I even if I'm able to watch it, at some point it just breaks loose, and something triggers, and then I react. So basically I'm in this state for quite some time, and I want to know like how to grow more in watching my in being witness consciousness.
Yeah.
It's been for quite some time, like quite few years maybe.
Okay, no, that is very good. See, it is a skill. It needs practice. Simple. There is no shortcut way. And all the time when you're practicing, you will not do any mistake. It is not possible. Everything, like learning English or cycling or driving, you will do mistakes. Yeah. So swimming. So allow that to happen. But only thing is you have to keep on attempting till you get the result. There is no shortcut way. Okay, it will happen for sure. But you have to keep attempting. Don't get discouraged if it failed few times, it didn't work, or some thought came and taken away somewhere, etc. It's okay. There's no such thing that you have to do it, achieve it today itself. It's not like that. It is a process. Only thing what I'm saying is be in the process. It will happen. Sometime it will happen automatically. That time you need not to do anything. Not doing, it will happen. All we are talking about the liberation and joy. We are not achieving it. It will happening automatically. If the tips you follow, it will happen. When I don't know, some point, but happen for sure. Keep attempting, it will happen. Life transformation will happen. The joy will come, it will happen. Everything will happen. Okay. So there is no formula, and all our spiritual journeys are unique. So that's why our the way we look at life also different. Obviously, it has to be different. Okay. So maybe one side, works somebody better, maybe another person, another way it is better. Very, very senior, like in spiritual path also, because I'm in, touch personally, many consulting me. I'm not saying I'm guiding them. I'm just like a peer review or something like that. They are, at certain things, they got stuck in particular small aspect, yeah. So there just little bit change in approach is needed. Nothing else. Whether the earlier approach taking was wrong, no. Maybe those way many people have achieved. But in this particular case, that is not clicking. So you need to take another route. Only that, if you told them, then they followed it and get through. Okay. So coming something not happening, an obstacle, this is also normal. It only tells you this is not your right path. Just you need to modify a little bit. But you have noticed that you are not been, you are mentioning that after some time I slipped. Yes, you did, but you noticed also, right? Many people, they could not even notice. They slipped and when they slipped and how it happened. Keep on talking and shouting. And by the time they realize everything's spoiled. But at least you're aware that you deviated from it. Just like we tell people to anapansati. Going towards the thought is a normal tendency of mine. Like I was watching my breath, then go into some thought carried me away. But if somebody can become aware that I'm carried away with a thought, that itself is good enough. You cannot stop carrying away by the thought, but the moment you're aware, there is some further process can do to bring it back the attention. But at least it is better off than unknowingly thought is coming and taking away everything. Whole meditation, it is, because useless. Because you keep on thinking many things. But on the other hand, thoughts do come. You do sleep. Maybe you have to focus your breath and bring the attention back maybe 13 times. But it's still better than not knowing and keep on in the mental state, the thought state for a long time, right? One thought towards another. So that's why I'm saying it is got a practice and progress, and slowly the number will come down. You can more comfortable with it, and then the transform will automatically happen. Okay, so only my advice is keep going.
Okay, Guruji, thank you.
Okay, God bless you, Vani.
Pranam Guruji, actually, I
Yes.
had a question.
Right.
So, as you talked about avoiding giving unsolicited advice, but as like a younger person in a family, how do you respond when you are given unsolicited advice and you're like expected to follow it because you're like a younger member of the family?
Yeah. So, no, I understand. See, we have to do approaches for the younger people to the senior members of the family. There is no point in upsetting some senior members of the family, right? It is not for the whole family environment is not good for that, yeah. But you can listen, yeah, you give due respect, but you have to follow or choose what is in your best interest that you have to follow. Why I'm saying you have to listen so that your peace of mind is not disturbed. I teach fundamentally, you come in a bifurcation, one path goes is the right thing to do. Another, your duty, and another, your peace of mind. You follow your peace of mind. So in this particular case, by listening to that, that all these things you are doing it not because that you are reluctant and all, just because so that your peace of mind is not disturbed. Because if some family members are annoyed with you, then you will lose your peace of mind, right? So just maintain that, but you have to, whatever you need to do, you will do it. Of course, what you have to do, whatever you need to do, only two things I normally recommend: no harm to anything or anyone. If you follow these two things, like anything means any animal or environment or something, any harmful thing or a harm to any other human being. If you avoid, you can do any other thing. Okay, whatever you feel appropriate, you can do that. So that way you maintain that certain level of what is called the, not the diplomacy, certain level of, the intelligence is needed to make sure the things are, not everybody is same. Our five fingers are not same in a hand. Okay, the family will comprise of many people with different views. So there is no such thing that you have to cut it into the same level. No need. Okay, but only thing is make sure that you don't run away from this group. Whenever need to come all fingers together, you are there. That's all you need to do. You need not to follow each and everything the given, unless until it is something you choose to do and make others happy for a certain amount of time. That's your choice. But otherwise, it's okay. Most of the time that other family members need you only to listen. So if you just listen, the whole situation will diffuse on its own. Okay, just listen. I said, okay, I will try to implement whatever you're saying. That's it. Okay, that will make them happy. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
God bless you. All right. So if there is no other question, it's already time also exceeded. So we'll chant Shanti part and we'll conclude for today. Om. Sarvesham Swastirabhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantirabhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhave. Om